Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we've never seen. My name is Trent. I'm here with my co-host Betsy.
I'm Betsy.
She's also my wife,
It's true.
by the way.
Fact.
She's off limits.
I thought you were going to say she's awful. I hate my wife.
It's not that kind of
Take
podcast.
my wife.
Please. Yes, Betsy, this is a movie podcast. We're talking about a movie today called Any Given Sunday. So, Betsy, this came out in 1999.
Yes, it did.
You have not seen this movie,
I have not seen this movie.
and neither have I.
How has that come to pass, I wonder?
I don't know. And I think I was maybe a little intimidated back in the day when this movie was out. I mean, I'm not going to go out and see it in 1999.
No, so first and foremost, I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
So obviously I wasn't going to see this in the theater. I have vague recollections of it being in the theater.
Yeah, I remember it being a big thing.
Yeah, like the big movie theater in town, like the fancy new one, opened about this time, and I remember seeing it like on the sign and the big posters when I was there to see something else.
Sure.
I remember contextually it existing.
Okay.
But it was also about football, and my precious little 14-year-old brain could have given no shit about football.
Right.
I give a slight shit now, but only because you do.
I do, yes.
And having been in a relationship with you for long enough, I figured, well, hell, it's going to be a part of my life. I might as well try to understand it.
Yeah, and you've gotten a lot more into it than I ever expected you to get.
It's true. Once it makes sense to some extent, you become more invested.
Yeah.
And I live vicariously through you.
Right. And now, and you're not a complete stranger to football and sports in general.
No.
Like, your family was into football. Your dad's super into sports. Like,
I
just
think
watching
that's
sports
why
in general.
I was so against football growing up, is because my dad is too invested.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of swearing that happens. I've never heard my dad swear more than when he's watching football at everything and anything. And it's just like, I want no part of this.
Yeah.
You get really into it, but you're not quite as intense about it at times.
No.
There are times when something's on the line, but you know, for the most part, you're a reasonable football watcher. As far as this movie goes, though, yeah, I was 14 when it came out. I wasn't into football. And I don't know, my understanding is it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know quite a few things about it, but yeah, I've just...
Tell us, Betsy, what's about it?
So it's about football. I know Al Pacino is in this.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident Jamie Foxx is in this.
This was Jamie Foxx's first kind of serious acting gig.
I am remembering, I think Cameron Diaz is in it.
She is.
And I have an inkling maybe LL Cool J.
That I don't know.
That one I'm not as confident about, but I have somewhere in the back of my brain rolling around that he has something to do with this movie.
It's very possible.
And I think it's Oliver Stone. I want to say Oliver Stone directed this movie.
It's very possible.
Yes. Beyond that, what the actual plot is, I think Pacino is the coach.
I think so.
And then other people are in it as other characters.
And again, I've not seen this movie. I know a little bit about it.
So what
beyond
do you
that.
know?
So yeah, Pacino is the coach. Jamie Foxx is a player.
I think so.
He's a wide receiver, kind of
Star player.
modeled after like one of those hotshot wide receivers. I think. I don't actually know.
Best guess.
Yeah. So. Cameron Diaz is part of like management or ownership or
I thought maybe she was a reporter or something.
I think she's actually a part of the team in the executive level.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Maybe she's the GM. Who the hell knows?
Who knows? I don't think this is actually based on any kind of like particular NFL team.
No. Is it?
I don't think it's NFL at all.
Well, is it a specific... I think it is NFL.
It could be. I honestly don't know.
It's just a matter of if they let them use the phrase NFL or they just say professional sport ball.
Well, it's hard to get licenses like that because everybody's unionized. Like, you're not going to get the license to put, these are the Atlanta Falcons. or
I would
whatever.
be curious if they go that route, because my assumption is they are a Los Angeles team. Like, that in my gut is like the most logical thing.
I don't have a clue.
But they might just be the Los Angeles blank, and they don't actually identify them as a real team in the NFL because they're a made-up team.
In 1999, there was no NFL team in LA.
Which would make it really easy to say the Los Angeles whatever.
So-and-so.
The Los Angeles so-and-sos. Exactly.
Yeah, so as far as plot is concerned, I don't have a clue. I assume that there's some kind of strife between players and coaches and ownership, and it like goes about like a season maybe. Maybe there's a struggle with the players. Maybe he's got some kind of substance abuse problems,
or it's coming down to the wire, and he's too much of an egomaniac and doesn't play nice.
And I don't know if there's like a lot of football in this, or if it's just all
drama
off the field stuff.
Yeah, and
because essentially like a Jerry Maguire is about sports, but there's hardly any sports in it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's about a sports agent.
Yes, and a player.
So this one I expect to be more about sports. This is a tome, too. This is pushing 3 hours. This is a long movie.
And I think maybe one of the reasons why I never got into this is because I was so intimidated by that runtime. Like, over 2.5 hours? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
For a sports movie?
For football?
Yeah.
When we're not even sure it's all about football?
Sure, so...
It's the length of an actual game.
Almost. But, yeah, Betsy, I mean, we both like football. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I've told this story before. I don't know if it was on this podcast or not, but the year I started to become a football fan was Super Bowl 30. It was that year of Super Bowl 30. My team, the Green Bay Packers, lost in the NFC Championship game to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys went on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Bastards.
The following year, my team went and won, and the rest is history. So I'm not a bandwagon guy. Come on.
You got on when they lost.
Also, I was like 11 when that happened, so...
You also had no one in your home who was rooting for anyone in particular.
No one gave no one in my family liked football at the time, other than my brother and his now wife. And she was a Packers fan because she's actually from Wisconsin.
I'm sure she was thrilled.
And my brother is a Niners fan. It always has been. Mm-hmm. So... Yeah,
your brother has weird sports teams for where he grew up.
Oh yeah, he's a Niners.
It makes no
he's
sense.
A Niners fan. He likes the St. Louis Cardinals.
But he grew up in Indiana.
And he grew up in Indiana and
South
Dakota. He spent some time in Wisconsin. He moved to California, and now he's back in Wisconsin. So, who'd have thunk it?
But he liked those teams before he lived any of those places.
Yes.
Go figure.
Yes. So. Anyway, that's kind of my background. Betsy, you don't really have much of a background other than, hey, you married me.
My dad was born and raised in Minnesota, so he's a Vikings fan. My mom was born in Minnesota but raised in Washington, D.C., so she's got a split personality, as it were, because she also grew up watching the Redskins, now the Washington football team, TBD.
Yep.
Soon to find out. We're going to find out real quick.
Yep.
At the time of this recording...
They do not have a name right now.
No. Washington football team. And then my grandpa lived in Wisconsin, so he was a lifelong Packers fan. The Packers were all of 7 years in existence, 6-7 years in existence when my grandpa was born.
Sure.
So talk about a lifelong fan.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, there's a lot of different things. My mom lived in Denver for a while, so she kind of roots for the Broncos from time to time.
And my dad, if he would
we
be a
have no
fan...
allegiances.
if he was a fan of anything, he was a fan of the Broncos because he liked John Elway back in the day.
Yeah.
That's it.
It all depends when you come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of my context. As far as this movie, I don't really know. We'll see.
I assume it's just going to be another movie. I doubt there's going to be anything that's like super in-depth, like football-wise, but I assume it's going to be more of a drama.
Well, and Oliver Stone's kind of an odd duck. Some of his movies are real weird, but you've liked some of his other things too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
It's hit and miss with.
It's a little hit and miss with his, and he definitely likes to make long movies. So we'll see if it's worth the length of the film.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go watch Any Given Sunday. We'll be right back. are back. Betsy, Any Given Sunday.
That's the movie we watched.
Did you make the goal?
The what now?
Did you get it in the end zone? Did
Run
you
the
score?
skip the
Did you
to
score
throw
the goal points?
I didn't personally, as I was not in this movie.
Fair.
Yeah, so I was thinking this movie was equal parts good, sometimes really good, and confusing nonsense.
If there's a word I would use to describe this movie, it is erratic.
Yes.
This movie, now plot-wise, it was fine.
Right. It's linear. It all made sense.
Yeah.
There's character development. There are character arcs. I understood what I was watching.
Movie-wise, it's a good movie. I understood everything. The characters are compelling.
Yes.
Like you said, there are character arcs. But Oliver Stone is a madman in this movie.
Yes.
Making this movie, editing this movie. Betsy, I looked up a piece of trivia here. There are over 3,000 cuts
No wonder.
in this movie.
No wonder I felt like I was about to have a seizure at certain points.
Oh my God.
It was too much. Like, at the beginning, in the opening, like, we literally open in the middle, like it's the second quarter of a game.
Yeah.
And if you are trying to convey the violent energy that comes in a football game, congratulations, you succeeded.
You did it.
But the problems arose outside of the games when you're still throwing in excessive amounts of edits and cuts for really no reason whatsoever.
It's like the person who did the editing. I don't know if Oliver Stone
I actually
the
looked
movie.
at that because I was like, is he responsible for this?
Still, whoever got this, got some new software, some editing software, and they really wanted to press all the buttons and see what they could do.
I guess because
This is not a professional production.
it didn't feel professional, no.
Yeah.
It felt like amateur hour.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, we're going to have a dinner scene, but I want you to intersplice it with sequences of the chariot race from Ben-Hur, and also classic football footage and lightning and thunder.
Right.
All in the same sequence.
Betsy, don't you know what symbolism is?
I don't need you to intersplice a metaphor for me to that extent. And then there would be like a single shot somewhere in the movie that just made no sense.
Yeah.
And that was it?
Yeah. It's just a complete non sequitur cut to something unrelated, and then you're back.
It was absolutely frenetic energy, and it was disorienting at worst.
Chaos.
Like, at its best, it was compelling, and at its worst, it was like I was going to have a seizure. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I was getting...
It was overload.
It was so overload, I almost was getting ill.
Yeah. And again, not saying anything bad about the movie itself, but the visual presentation of what you were trying to show me was too much.
It also doesn't help that this movie was made in 1999 because it feels like it was made in 1999.
It sounds like it was made in 1999,
you know,
for sure.
That kind of techno, like anti-piracy commercial that we always used to watch as kids.
You wouldn't download a car, would
where
you?
It's like weird black and white and sepia tone, and it's like slow motion,
text
but
flashing
quick.
on the screen.
That's this movie, guys.
It's totally 1999.
And the songs, I was counting.
Ba to ba,
I
bang
was
to
counting.
bang.
There was rap music in excess. There was like really hard metal in excess.
Yep.
There was electronic music in excess. I counted at least 83 different song credits to this movie.
Yeah.
And it was never a full song. It was like a little bit. Like 12 seconds and then 15, then
And
silent.
all of the licensed music, Moby was responsible for a lot of the other stuff that wasn't licensed. All that electronica stuff. Yeah, that's all him.
Right. Well, and it's just how it was used. It was literally, it would be 15 seconds of a song.
Yeah.
And then it would be complete silence. Not like Just no music.
Yeah, not fading
Silence.
out, not cross-fading into a new one.
No. And then a new song would come in, and we'd hear about 15, 30 seconds of that, and then silence again.
Yeah.
And then a completely different genre. Like, it was so confusing.
I had a problem with all of it, but then I also laughed at a lot of it.
Right.
Like, okay, I've heard half of these songs and other things.
Oh, when we were in high school, this was the soundtrack of our high school lives.
More middle school for me.
Okay, middle school, early high school.
Yeah, so the thing I noticed about this, now you didn't really watch a lot of football back in the day.
No.
I did. And a lot of the songs that they were playing here are songs that I believe broadcast, like the CBS and Fox and NBC, the people who actually broadcast football games, they've taken a lot of the songs from this movie in particular and added them into their broadcasts. Over the years, they don't do it much anymore because that's very dated.
The going to commercial music.
Or like looking at stat music and going over highlights and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff was very prevalent in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
It just like it was taken directly from the movie. It's like, oh, that's what the kids like. We're just going to throw it in here.
People saw this movie and they enjoyed that.
And by all accounts, the movie was very successful.
Yeah, and I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score, and the actual Rotten Tomatoes score is 52%.
Yeah.
So that is a split down the middle, and I completely get it because, like I was saying, all the good parts are balanced out by a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter if the audience goes to see it. And you're right. I'm pretty sure this movie was very successful. What else can I say about this movie? There's so much to talk about because I had so many thoughts rapid firing through my brain. So I'm going to start with the cast because I touched on a few before we started, and I was correct. LL Cool J is in this movie. He's another one of the players.
Yep.
And I said Cameron Diaz, Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx. Fine. There were so many people in this movie.
And a lot of people would just do like cameos and...
Or very small parts.
Very small parts. Some of them not even really like called out. Like they're just kind of there.
They were just kind of in the background, yeah. So as far as people with like speaking roles, their star quarterback at the beginning of the movie is Dennis Quaid.
Yep.
His wife is played by Lauren Holly. The team doctor is James Woods. The co-doctor for the team is Matthew Modine.
So I know that name. I don't know that face.
Oh,
Matthew Modine.
What would you know Matthew Modine from? Like, he was kind of big in the mid-late 90s. He did a movie called Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis. I know you've never seen that.
No.
So yeah, I'd have to look it up to find out what you maybe have seen him in.
Yeah.
He's probably been in something more recently, you know, add 20 years and gray hair. You've probably seen him in something more
Probably
recently.
much later. But yeah, you've also got Aaron Eckhart as the offensive coordinator.
You've got John C. McGinley about a year before he did Scrubs, because I think this is predating Scrubs.
Okay.
And Margaret,
right,
as Cameron Diaz's mother,
who is probably the de facto owner of the team, because Cameron Diaz's father was the owner, and she is now the GM.
Yes.
And we kind of touched on it in the intro. Yes, she is a very much a part of the higher executive thing. Yeah, she's the GM.
Yes.
Which essentially means she can call all the shots for players and coaches. Which is to say, she can hire and fire people without any kind of people overseeing
Especially
her.
if she owns the team too, because
her family.
Right.
She doesn't own the team.
Well, her family owns the team. You don't just get to become the GM if your family doesn't own the team.
Sure you do.
Well, how? How do you become the GM? If your family doesn't own that team, if your dad is the GM.
If your dad's the owner.
If he's the owner is what I'm saying. If he was just the GM.
So the parallel here is Jerry Jones.
Okay.
So Jerry Jones is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
He also appoints himself as GM because he likens himself a football man.
Gotcha.
He knows football.
He
knows people. He has decided that he is the god of football. So that relationship right there is extremely unique to that situation.
There's not a lot of those.
No, there are none of them except him.
Except him.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the only owner GM.
Got it.
Most owners, they hire a GM from outside the organization.
Gotcha.
And they are put in charge of basically handling everything. But they also have other people around them, above them. Sometimes they have team presidents. They have other ownership. They have a board of directors. So many different things that can happen. But in this case, the only owner and GM combo is Jerry Jones.
Okay.
In current NFL. Now, like I said, most other teams, they will hire a GM, and the GM is in charge of hiring and firing coaches and players. And they're in charge of contracts and things like that. But Cameron Diaz was basically given the title of GM by her father
right
after he died. So there's some kind of succession plan for her to take that over, even though the ownership would default to Anne Margaret's character.
Okay.
The wife.
Got it.
So she is the owner, but she doesn't make any decisions.
No, she's drinking in the middle of the day and letting her dogs pee on the carpet.
And there are plenty of parallels to that relationship too. Like I believe the owner of the Lions is exactly like this. I think maybe even the owner of the Bears is like this. It's an old woman who inherited it from
she outlived her husband.
Their husband. Yeah, exactly. So they own it. I think the Seahawks are the same way.
They're like, we don't care about this silly game.
They don't get involved because they don't want to.
No, they pay people for that.
Exactly. And the people that they pay, they tell them what to do. It's like, hey, you need to fire this coach. Well, why? He's been so good to us. He lost 15 games in a row.
Yeah, and they do it to them too. Like there's the scene where the coach in this movie goes to her and says, "Oh, your daughter's ruining everything, and you need to tell her to stop."
Right.
Even though she's like, I'm old and don't care.
Yeah.
To continue on the people in this movie, because I'm not
There's
done.
so many.
There's so many. Elizabeth Berkley shows up
as a hooker.
So her tits come out again, because we haven't seen enough of those in this podcast.
Go back and listen to our Showgirls podcast, and we'll talk all about them.
And that's just the people that yours truly could recognize, because I know Hollywood names.
Yeah.
You had the arduous task of identifying all the football-related people in this movie.
There are a lot of actual footballers in this movie.
So there were 2 or 3 or 5 main kind of people.
Yeah.
They kind of kept popping up.
Yeah.
With actual lines or something to do, but there were a ton that were just sort of in the background. So Trent,
many.
Tell us how many people we identified.
Okay, so the defensive coordinator, who is the guy with the mustache, that's Jim Brown. Jim Brown is a legendary running back for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, I knew the name, but I didn't know the context.
Yeah. So Jim Brown is one of these guys who's been around forever. He's game to do whatever. He's very much involved in all of football, and he's just kind of the guy that you throw out there if you want to have a good representation of NFL.
Yeah.
The defensive player, who we got a lot of concentration on near the end of the movie, was Lawrence Taylor, otherwise known as LT. In 1999, I can't remember if he was still playing or not. He might have been. He was at the very least, he was at the end of his career.
The very tail end.
Yeah. So Lawrence Taylor is, again, one of the legendary defensive players for the New York Giants. He was like the guy that made defense fun to watch. Because before Lawrence Taylor, nobody gave a shit about defense.
They were just big dudes who got in your way.
And they would get injured, and they were just fodder. They would just cycle them in, cycle them out.
Lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah, and Lawrence...
Big lambs, but lambs no
less. Giant lambs. And LT was like one of these guys, like today, they would be a personality. He is a personality.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it shows in the movie. He's a great actor.
Those two, you actually commented, they have the most lines. They have the biggest roles.
Of all the real players.
Of all the real players playing characters. And you said, I'm not going to lie. These two are actually, I'm kind of impressed with their acting.
Absolutely.
They had something to do and they didn't suck.
Yeah. But you know what? They're pulling from their own personal experience.
Right.
When him and Willie were in the sauna,
Yep.
he was given the advice that he would probably give to a lot of young players who think that they're just hot shit. So he's saying, you know what? Eventually, man, it's all going to go away. Like, your body's going to give out. Your mind might give out. And I think LT was one of these guys who were very much vocal about the NFL not doing much about concussions.
Yeah. And that's his whole role in this movie is
Yeah.
his player is a big defensive dude who's had 2 concussions in 5 months and was misdiagnosed and lied to.
He broke his neck.
Yep.
And if he got hurt the wrong way, or if he got hit the wrong way,
One more time, basically.
one more time, it could paralyze him.
Yep.
It could kill him.
And he signs a waiver because he wants to just
I
play for the team.
I want to play for my team and also win, or get $1 million.
Yeah. If I get my stats, I get money.
We had, I think, a couple of current players as well. Terrell Owens, T.O., was another one of these very bombastic characters in the NFL. He shows up as a wide receiver, I think just during the last game.
Yeah, he came in the end of the movie because you didn't say anything about him until he showed up, and that was pretty close to the end.
Yeah. I think we also had some cameos, a bunch of the coaches for the opposing teams. They were old retired players. Warren Moon, Johnny Unitas, Dick Butkus. You also had Barry Switzer as a commentator during the Dallas game in the last game. I can't remember any others, but yeah, there's just a lot of cameos, non-speaking roles that it just seemed like the director wanted to bring in a bunch of these old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so a lot of people I didn't recognize, but Dick Butkus, when you're 9 years old.
That's a face and a name.
That is a name you remember.
You're never going to forget a name like that when you're 8 years old.
No, I'm sorry. There's a grown man in the football whose name is Dick Butkus. Oh, yes. I knew I recognized that man, and the second you said his name, I was like, yes, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. And I'm no student of NFL history, but I know all these faces at the very least.
Absolutely.
I didn't know their names right away, but after I looked them up, say, oh, absolutely, I know that guy.
Oh, and we're just skimming the surface. I'm sure if we went through line by line, there's a ton of people in this you didn't even notice who they didn't call attention to them. They weren't barely on camera except for one sequence. They maybe had a line.
Yeah. Just away from the players, we had a few more cameos or smaller roles. Bill Bellamy as a player.
Yeah, who's Bill Bellamy?
Bill Bellamy was famous basically only in the 90s.
Okay.
He was a comedian and actor that hung around MTV a lot.
Okay, because I knew I'd seen his face before, but I have no context
He hosted
for why.
some spring break stuff.
Okay.
And he hosted some other of his own shows, but he never really broke out away from the MTV stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he only had a few lines. He's the guy looking in the mirror saying, "I'm the best receiver to ever live."
Okay.
Yeah, that's Bill Bellamy. Fucking Charlton Heston shows up for 2 scenes.
I forgot about Charlton Heston.
As they're showing Ben-Hur.
He's the commissioner of
he's
the
the
league.
commissioner of that league. As they're showing Ben-Hur on the TVs.
Got a little meta here.
God.
Yeah, I'm sure there is some long, drawn-out, director's commentary all about the correlation of football players as gladiators and Ben-Hur and warriors.
Oh, Betsy, you didn't need any subtext here. They showed it on the screen.
I know.
When those two were having a conversation at the table.
There's a 40-minute commentary of him just spewing bullshit.
Oh, yeah. He just thinks that everything is so important and meaningful.
Let me explain to you my genius.
No, I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm just going to beat it into your head.
Like a gladiator would on the field of battle.
Uh-huh. And of course, we start the entire movie with a Vince Lombardi quote. So Vince Lombardi was the legendary coach of the Green Bay Packers back in the 60s.
You may have heard of a little thing called the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, named for him because he was the first coach to win the first 2 Super Bowls, by the way.
Fact.
Yeah. He's basically just the coach that everybody looks up to.
The inspiration, the start.
Yeah.
The coach to end all coaches.
Yeah. Dude has a legacy beyond this world.
Yes.
In fact, that there's even a great grandson or something like that who is still in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That family will try to be involved in some capacity forever.
I think he works for the Saints right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of references. Okay, this is something that is they're dancing around it. They're not trying to say it, but they're gonna draw attention to it. So they clearly in this movie do not have any licensing to talk about, reference in any capacity the National Football League.
No.
So they talk about coaches and players who are real.
Yep.
From the NFL.
Yep.
And they reference them as if they really exist. But they never say what the name of this league is.
Well, they do.
They do?
Of this league?
Yeah,
they
what the hell is it called?
It is the AFAA.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. They never explained
The
that either.
American Football Association of America.
The Association Alliance.
America Football, America.
You got it. You
Nailed it. Yeah, and the teams are all wrong, but the cities are all correct.
For the most part, except for LA.
Because of, like you said, in 1999, there was no LA team. But you had a Minneapolis team. This team, the main one that we're following, is from Miami.
Yep.
We had a Chicago team. We had a Los Angeles team.
Yeah, so they're very much evoking the NFL teams. But what we didn't talk about here is the names of these teams.
These are the worst professional football team names or any sport team names I think I've ever heard collectively.
Tell us how you really feel, Betsy.
Well, let's see. So our main team that we follow are the Miami Sharks.
Sharks.
Okay, they're the Sharks. Fine.
There is a professional sports team called the San Diego Sharks.
Which would be fine on their own, but collectively this is a terrible list of names.
Yes.
We progress through their opponents with the Minneapolis Americans, the Chicago Rhinos, the LA Crusaders, and the Dallas Knights. And that would be, again, one-offs here and there. Like, there's a team called the Knights, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe in basketball, question mark?
The Knights, I think, is a hockey team in Vegas?
Vegas. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a team called the Knights.
I think so.
Yeah, so you might get like a minor league football team called the Rhinos or something. But a professional, this is the toppity top of this sport. And these are your team names. And then I'm looking at their uniforms.
Oh, God.
And they are clearly trying really hard to make sure that no existing NFL team thinks they're ripping them off in any capacity.
Yeah.
Because they're the ugliest colors, the worst designs. They only have one. I pointed out, well, that's interesting. The Sharks wear black at their home and their away games.
Yeah.
The Knights wear gold and red, but they have like fucking crusade crosses and Illuminati symbols all over their locker rooms. The fucking LA team was like green, like weird, like seafoam green and light purple.
I could barely tell that one.
It was bad. Trent.
Yeah, there was a New York team that I could barely even recognize because everything was in the rain.
Yeah. I wasn't even looking at that point. I was so just like, what is happening?
One thing that I wanted to point out was in the stands. You get shots of the stands.
Yes, because these are real NFL stadiums
they
too.
Are, yes.
They used the Dallas Cowboys Stadium from 1999.
In Miami and Dallas are, I think, the two stadiums that we saw that were the real ones.
Yes.
So in the stands, the fans, you would think they're going to come wearing the team colors.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Nada.
They were all wearing red. Why were they all wearing red? There was no red team in this.
It's a great neutral color, Betsy.
Red and white. Everyone in the stands was wearing red and white.
Yeah.
Which doesn't even make sense. Like, how did you come to this decision? Because if you filmed in Dallas, no one there would be wearing red and white. If you filmed in Miami, no one there would be wearing red and white.
I feel like if they were going to do anything, they went to some like local high school football game and went to those stands and just shot the crowd.
Or they got those fans and said, okay, local college or football, high school
Wear
team.
your colors, but don't have any logos.
Yeah. Or you don't be visible. We're going to cover you up if
Something
you do.
like that, yeah.
Because, I noticed that too. Every single stadium had the same fans in it, which was an interesting choice.
Which, again, it's hard to do this. It's 1999. You can't have digital crowds.
Right.
It's not a thing.
Oh, and those stadiums were far from full. But you could get away with it because this is a losing team half the time in an away city.
They talked about it. In Miami, they can't even get their people to come to see their games because they're losing.
Yeah. So they are on a losing streak up until the movie starts. And then even then, it's not really enough. It barely gets them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's justifiable plot points to why the fans wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine. I'll give you that. But you'd at least be in the right colors or have some signs or something.
Right. Speaking of some of these locations, you pointed out to me at one of the stadiums, at the Dallas Stadium.
Yes.
They were actually in the Dallas Stadium. And there was one point during the game, the coach kind of looks up to the skies.
Because it's an open roof.
To God, because it's an open roof. There is a banner hanging from the ceiling that states, Dallas Cowboys champions 1977.
It is obscured as much as it could be.
Yeah.
But if you notice it, it's very easy to read. And it's on screen long enough that you can read it.
We had to go back and watch it because I didn't catch it. And sure enough, that's the Dallas Cowboys.
That is the single, team reference.
And there isn't a logo on it. It's just the name.
No, it's just words.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No big blue star.
Which is probably the only reason they got away with it.
Yeah.
And you can fudge that again if you're really extrapolating. Team names move, team names change.
Yeah.
There maybe was a team called the Cowboys in 1977, but now we're the Knights.
Yuck. Another location thing. I looked this up. Not because I wanted to know what it was, but it was just in the IMDb trivia thing. The old starting quarterback, Dennis Quaid's character.
Yes.
The house they go to in Miami, that's Dan Marino's house. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Of course it is.
They let him use his house.
Because why
in
wouldn't
Miami.
they? There's some solid references to the fact that this is like the 90s. There's a scene on the plane onto one of the games where, Jamie Foxx is this new up-and-coming quarterback. He's the third-string quarterback, and he only gets to play because the first-string star quarterback gets injured. He has a back injury. He's taken out for God knows how many weeks. And the second quarterback, the second string, just kind of sucks.
Well, he got hurt the very next play. Yeah.
So Jamie Foxx gets to come in, and then he has kind of a few weeks where he's on a hot streak and becomes hot shit.
Yeah.
And so they're on the plane to one of their away games, and the coach, Al Pacino, comes and sits down next to him, and he's asking him what music he's listening to.
Because he's got headphones on. And there's a CD player sitting next to him with a bunch of CDs.
And he says, I'm listening to rap. And he's like, oh, well, what are you listening to? What does he, Trick Daddy?
Trick Daddy, yeah.
Oh, God. Remember Trick Daddy?
I do.
That's a real thing.
I'm a thug.
And Pacino trying to, bond with the youth of America recommends he listens to jazz.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to make you a tape.
I'll make you a tape. And he says, CDs. I listen to CDs.
Modern. You're with it. You're with it, guys. CDs.
And then there's a fundraiser in Miami where they're giving a $250,000 check to DARE.
The DARE program.
Remember DARE, guys?
I do.
Is that still a thing?
Ooh. I don't know, but when I was in 5th grade, when All Dare happens, I won the speech competition.
No.
Yes, I did.
You wrote a little speech for Dare?
Everybody had to write a speech for Dare.
I don't remember writing a speech for Dare.
And I won. And not only did I win, at our Dare graduation, I had to go up there and recite it from memory.
No, Trent.
I memorized that fucking speech. And I read it in front of not only my class, but all of the 5th grade classes in my town.
Oh my gosh.
And their parents and the teachers.
That's a lot of pressure for a young man.
It was. And you know what happened?
Did you puke?
I did it.
Oh, I was like, did you puke like
I
this
did
guy
not.
in this movie pukes
No.
4 times?
No, that was his good luck charm, though.
Uh-huh.
But no, I did. I went up there. I recited it. And for some reason, in my little mind, I thought I was going to be done. So I went back to go sit with my class. I was supposed to keep sitting on the stage the entire time. I didn't know that.
Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
Oops. So there's just this empty chair up there after I'm done. The rest of the show, thankfully it wasn't going on that long. It wasn't going on that long, but
no.
Yeah.
Pop quiz, what's DARE stand for?
Oh my God.
I'll let you on a secret. I have no idea. I know the D is drugs and I think the E is education. Maybe?
I don't remember.
It's something about drugs, like anti-drug education.
Something.
But I have no idea what DARE stands for.
Oh my God. You're blowing my mind here.
So listeners, if you know, we'll probably just Google it when we're done. But yeah.
My 37-year-old brain cannot remember what DARE stands for.
Oh, if only we had our t-shirts still, Trent. Not that they'd fit.
No, but I held on to my t-shirt for much longer than I should have.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Not that we ever fell into drugs or anything.
No.
But
No. I won the damn contest, Betsy. You think I ever got into drugs?
What did you win for winning that contest?
Nothing.
Just the glory?
Nothing. I got to go up and had to work my ass off to memorize. I fucking memorized it word for word. I practiced and practiced and I recited it to my parents and
You did it.
memories. So besides all the 90s stuff, they do bring up some very important topics in this movie. Namely, concussions.
Yes.
So I mentioned it before. LT was one of the players and actors in this movie. I don't really know his history, but I think he was very outspoken about concussions and player safety after he retired. So, and this is before, well before the NFL ever admitted that there is a concussion problem.
Right.
And I think probably one of the reasons why Oliver Stone was denied to have any NFL involvement whatsoever is because he's talking about concussions here a lot.
Probably.
And they're depicting them like severely.
Oh yeah, there's several points in this movie where a player gets hit hard, and then they're just sort of seeing blurry
Everything is
visions.
blurry and like doubled, and it's done pretty well.
Bright lights and everything's abstract, and yeah.
Everything is kind of like fast motion but slowed down.
You understand what the point is, though.
Yeah. So, again, I fully believe that that's the reason why the NFL didn't want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
So, and of course, again, this is before they admitted that, concussions and player safety, especially the older retired players, it was a real problem.
Yeah.
And they were trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and this is still like the big 90s, like bulky padding. Like this is before they got better padding and better helmets.
Yeah, totally.
So yes, you can even just in the few years from this movie and then add 10 years, the look changed completely because they actually started to take that stuff more seriously.
Sure. And like there's a depiction here. James Woods plays the head doctor.
Yep.
Of the team. And he's a real smarmy asshole. And the character is too.
Yeah.
So yeah, James Woods, not a good guy.
No,
not a good guy.
Excellent in this movie.
Yeah,
he's very good.
He's very good at playing a smarmy asshole.
Yes,
because he is one. But he is depicted as being this guy who gives a shit about your injury. We need to have you out there, so I'm just gonna pump you full of drugs and
keep you going
until you literally cannot do it anymore.
But he also gives a big speech because, Al Pacino calls him out and says, you're going to let this guy, you lied to this guy and you need to give them a choice. And he kind of goes off saying, it's not my place to tell them to end their dream.
Sure.
So he's trying to justify it, and I get it. You don't want to be the guy that ruins their dream, but you also have to be honest with these players and give them a choice. If they want to go fuck up their bodies against their better judgment.
Yeah, we talked about it, the character in the movie was given the news about, your concussions, your broken neck could have you end up being paralyzed or dead.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't care. I know the risks. Let me sign a waiver. I need to make my money. Yeah. I need to get this glory, and I need to help my teammates.
Right. Well, and then even the other doctor, he wanted to run the tests.
Yeah.
But James Woods said, no, I'll do it, so he could kind of cover it up.
Sure.
And he kind of fudged the results.
Yeah.
But of course, the other doctor finds out about it, tells him the truth. But then when he goes out there, Shark, which again is the most unimaginative.
It's a nickname.
It's an unimaginative nickname for a guy who plays for the Sharks. But anyway, so he's getting ready to go and play that game when he's finally allowed to play again. And he says, oh, well, give me some drugs.
Yeah.
And the doctor says, there's
shot.
no medical reason. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. But he says, come on, man, just give it to me. And he does. So it just goes to show you that no matter how well-intentioned you are, at some point you become a cog in this machine.
Absolutely.
At this time in particular.
Absolutely.
Pump them full of drugs, shove them out there, let them do their thing, and when they're done, they're done. And they do it to Dennis Quaid, too. So he's the star quarterback. They say at the beginning of the movie he's 38 years old.
Yeah.
He gets hit hard. He hurts something in his back. He pushes himself really hard to recover because he doesn't want this hotshot new quarterback taking his place. Yeah. But also, he's 38 years old.
You don't bounce back from stuff like that.
You don't bounce back as quickly, certainly.
Yeah.
Not everybody is fucking Tom Brady, unfortunately. That bastard will live forever.
Yes.
But, he has had enough time out of the game on the sidelines, and they show him in practice, and he kind of flinches when a guy comes to hit him.
Come on, man, I'm not going to hit you.
And he gives a speech to Al Pacino about how he thinks he's done.
Yeah, my body's telling me this.
My elbow hurts, my neck hurts.
I've had all these injuries. I'm pumping myself full of pain meds, and
it's not worth it.
This character seems like an amalgamation of a couple of guys.
Okay.
Now, this movie came out before Tom Brady was a thing.
Yeah. A few years before.
Yes. So Tom Brady, the reason why he is Tom Brady is because the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots at the time, Drew Bledsoe, got hurt. He got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah.
And Brady was the backup quarterback. Brady came in to take over and never let go because he was so good, and Drew Bledsoe lost his job. Because of that.
And that's basically what's happening here 2-3 years before that happened.
Right. And Drew Bledsoe was a good quarterback. He went to the Super Bowl the first time that the Packers went when I was watching, and he lost. And I think he ended up getting traded to, Dallas? Somewhere like that. But it's his parallels and a guy like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Brett Favre is this, big guy who is always hurt but always pushing through it. Yeah. And back when he
ruining his body.
Yeah, and back when he was pretty young, he ended up coming out and saying that he had a problem with painkillers. He was just popping them like crazy, and the doctors would keep on giving him to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The team doctors were encouraging this behavior.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And he abused them, and he ended up coming out and saying, yeah, I got a problem, and it's not a something to be ashamed of. I was found out of having this problem, and I'm getting help. And I hope other people do too.
Yeah. And this guy in this movie identifies that the only reason he's functional is because he's being pumped full of drugs.
Right. And he's had enough time away from the game to realize all these things and come to the realization, if I stop, I'm done.
Yeah, he wants to hang it up.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene with his wife.
His fucking wife. Oh my God.
My God. She's like, what the fuck are you saying? You've got 2, maybe 3 good years still.
He comes to her and says, I'm going to hang it up after this season.
Our kids are good.
Yep.
Our money is good. Mm-hmm. I've got some things lined up.
Yeah,
People are offering me jobs.
Yeah, broadcast is going to approach me of being a broadcaster, and I'm going to do that from now on.
And she screams in his face, you're a fucking quarterback.
You are a football player.
And slaps him and walks up. It's like, hello, bitch.
What the hell?
Even you would rather sacrifice his physical well-being to squeeze what little talent he has left out of him.
Or money.
And money.
Yeah, but
than
I'll
letting
say
him
this.
hang it up.
If this was 20 years later, if it was now, he could make more money in broadcast.
Absolutely.
You ever heard of Tony Romo?
Who's that?
He makes a lot more money now as a broadcaster for CBS than he ever did as an NFL quarterback.
Wait, he was a quarterback?
Yeah.
He was okay. Didn't win any Super Bowls.
No.
But yeah, some guys have the skill to do that, and they're better at it than they were ever a player. Mm-hmm. Even if they made money as a player.
Yeah.
Like, look at, what's his butt? Look at Michael Strahan. That guy has been out of the league for almost 20 years.
There's so many people that had no idea that he was an NFL player. Mm-mm. He's been out of it so long, and he has so many other fires burning that he's got his hand in.
Yeah.
That's a bad metaphor, but go with it. But he's got so many plates spinning, there's another metaphor for you, that he's just everywhere. He's on fucking like Good Morning America.
Yep.
He's on the NFL pregame show on Fox.
Yep.
He's got like podcasts. He was on like the Regis and Kelly show after Regis left.
He made that chunky soup money.
Sure, but that was back when he was a player.
Again, that was the one thing I knew him from 20 years ago.
As a personality, yeah. And,
he has the personality.
He is a personality, and it's that brand.
Yep.
Nowadays, it's your brand that gets you paid.
Yep.
A guy like, you probably don't know this guy. He was a former NFL punter. His name is Pat McAfee.
I've heard the name.
Pat McAfee, now, it was like kind of a bad player. And he will be probably self-admitted a bad player, but he just has this infectious personality that all the other players around him wanted to hang out with him. He told stories about like Peyton Manning and another guy went out to some place to go drinking together, and they were like egging him on to try to do this stuff, and he kept on doing it, and they just wanted to have him around because he's funny. And yeah, he's created this like podcast network, I guess, where he just said, fuck it, I'm going to do this. And if we get people coming on to our show, great. He now has Aaron Rodgers come on his show every single week to talk about anything.
Whatever he wants.
Yes.
Football, Chinese food.
Whatever.
Hockey.
Whatever.
Shoes.
Yeah, he's got lots and lots of people around him, and he's just blown up.
Crazy.
Some fucking punter who nobody would know the name of,
nope,
has a very successful business because of his brand, his personality.
Yep.
That's the business.
Now.
That's the business.
Not 20 years ago.
Not in 1999.
No.
What's a podcast in 1999?
A dude in his basement with a tape recorder.
Pretty much. We haven't really talked about the main character here. Willie Beeman.
Yes.
Played by Jamie Foxx. So, I mean, I don't think he's actually based on anybody in particular, but he's got super, like, Michael Vick vibes.
He's a tale as old as time in the NFL.
He is.
Overnight superstar kind of a thing.
Yeah. And he's one of these guys who comes in to a team and he's doing things that nobody's ever seen before because nobody's ever tried. So if you don't know the name Michael Vick, besides him being convicted of conducting dog fights.
That little side hustle.
Yeah. We won't get into that, but he was very successful in the NFL for being this new kind of quarterback that was mobile. He was able to run.
You never used
and
to do
throw.
that.
You never really did that because you as a quarterback, you need to sit there and scan the field and throw the ball where there's an open guy.
Stay in your pocket where you belong.
Yes, using the technical terms. Thank you, Betsy.
I was listening.
Yes. But yeah, he was one of the first quarterbacks out there that was very, very mobile and successful at it. Mm-hmm. Ever since Michael Vick, other teams have been trying to find their all-around quarterback who can throw the ball as well as run it.
Yeah.
So
tall and lean and strong and fast and quick and accurate.
Yes. All of those things Jamie Foxx is, except for the tall part.
Correct.
He's like 5'9".
Okay, but every time he threw the ball, you could tell it was another human.
Yes.
Okay, so once in a while you get a short quarterback, but not often.
Not often. Like the shortest quarterbacks are like 6 foot. You need to be tall.
Oh God, you freaks of nature!
I'm serious.
You tiny little men.
Like the Drew Brees is considered a very short quarterback. He's 6 foot.
All right.
Yeah.
And there's Ben
and
Roethlisberger.
one of the most successful quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
He's only 6 foot.
What's Ben Roethlisberger? 6'6"?
He's probably up there, probably 6'7", 6'8".
Something like
he's
that.
He's a big beefy dude.
Yeah.
And he's a quarterback. Yeah, weird.
Go figure.
Not anymore though. Bye-bye.
He don't run though.
Nope. He's also done. He's retired.
Did he officially retire?
No, he just lost.
He'll just go away now.
He'll just go away. Bye-bye. Anyway. So that was kind of my point about him. He's this new kind of phenomenon that the NFL has never seen before, or at least this league has never seen before, and he's like butting heads with his old school coach. So think about if old man Bill Belichick had a hotshot quarterback who just comes in and wants to do things his way. Mm-hmm. That's not going to fly.
You mean like he did a year ago?
Right. He didn't have any choice, though.
No, he was kind of given that quarterback, but, you know, he did get handed a hotshot quarterback who doesn't play for him anymore.
No, he doesn't play for anybody anymore.
Well, he plays for the team he played for.
He doesn't really play anymore, Betsy.
Whatever. We tried.
Not really.
But
anyway.
And, you know, this is another point in this movie, the cult of personality thing.
Yes.
They've depicted that a lot because he's immediately, this literally takes place, it's 5 games.
Yeah.
They are on a 4-game losing streak. He comes in as the 3rd string quarterback and they lose.
Yep.
They play another game and they win. They play another game and they win. And all it does is take 3 games for him to become like the talk of this league.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets like a fucking endorsement deal and he makes a music video where he's rapping.
It's a music video / ad.
He immediately like breaks up with his long-term girlfriend because all the ladies love him.
He thinks he's hot shit, yeah.
And yeah, this happens in such a short span of time.
Uh-huh. You get a big head very quickly.
Very quickly. So yes, that is absolutely something that happens in the NFL, that you out of nowhere become an overnight sensation and your ego gets the better of you.
And in the 90s, the only parallel to that I can think of is a guy like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Because Deion had put out a rap album.
Oh, gosh.
He had endorsement deals.
Of course he did.
Again, he was prime time. He still, to this day.
That's his nickname?
His nickname is Prime.
I've heard prime time.
Yeah. His nickname is Prime. And guess what he's doing now? He just is starting as a like small college head coach.
Interesting.
Football head coach for some college team. And he is pulling, he hasn't actually coached a game yet, I don't think. But he's like pulling in these top high school prospects to come play for Prime. That's what they want. They don't want to go to Alabama or any of these other fucking schools.
You want to play for this human being.
You want to play for that guy. And if Deion were to leave, they would follow him.
Speaking of that, so we go through this movie, and it's a whole bunch of losses precede the movie.
Yep.
They have a couple of wins. They basically pull it together, and
they make it into the playoffs, but they don't get home field advantage, so they have to go to Dallas to play in Dallas.
Right. They don't win the whole shebang. We don't really see the conclusion of this whole thing.
We don't see it, but they do say it.
They do say that they didn't win.
Yep, they lost the next playoff game.
And we already know from another point in the movie that Cameron Diaz is moving in a new direction. We're going to have a different head coach.
Yeah, Aaron Eckhart is going to be upgraded to head coach from offensive coordinator.
So they have a big press conference for Al Pacino. They say, "Oh, we thank you for your years of service and we love and respect you." And he goes out there and he's like, "I love this game and I'm going to miss it. Oh, but guess what? I'm also going to go and be the new head coach at a new expansion team in Arizona and BT Dubs." Oh, in Albuquerque, excuse me. And BT Dubs, I've just recruited Willie Beeman as my star quarterback. Peace out.
Pretty much. And the entire room is like... is just a buzz.
In an uproar.
Is a buzz because it's full of reporters, and he just dropped this bomb.
He's retiring. Just kidding.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm taking this hotshot quarterback with me to this new expansion team, and they're gonna get all these fans because everybody knows this guy.
Who does that? Has anyone done that before? Where in the simultaneous press conference where they're saying their goodbyes, they announce some big thing?
No.
They have more dignity than that. Most of the time they have the grace to take a pause, go away for a minute, and then release what it is they're going to do.
Yep.
But yeah, 99, I suppose expansion teams were still kind of happening.
Yeah, I think 99 is when the Browns came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Titans? Question mark?
Oh boy. I think that's when the big realignment happened. So yeah, it would have been the Titans, the Jaguars, the Browns, and I don't know.
Late 90s.
I can't remember.
Early aughts.
That might have been when the oh god, I honestly do not remember.
Okay. But it was still a thing that was happening, was expansion teams.
We
haven't had one in 20 years.
There used to be 3 divisions per conference. Then they expanded it to 4 divisions with 4 teams each. That's how it's been ever since.
Yep. And they're not going to expand more, or at least very unlikely that they would.
They will.
They will?
The NFL will absolutely expand.
We're going to have, we've already expanded to 17 games.
We're going to have 40 teams in the next, 10 to 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of football, Trent.
It would be 5 teams per division. You just have to add 1 more to each.
Let's see. Who needs a team? What city doesn't have a team? We could
St. Louis.
Pop some in there.
Put a team back in St. Louis.
Oh, I suppose.
Yep.
They've lost one.
Yep. Put one back in San Diego.
Yep.
Portland. Why not Portland?
Yeah. The Fargo.
No, that won't happen. It would go to Omaha first.
Let's do a stadium right on the border between North and South Dakota, on half of the stadium.
Sioux City does not get to have a goddamn NFL team. Fuck that.
We'll find the borderline where all the states align and put the stadium right on top of the border.
We're going to have to realign the borders a little bit to have South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska have one sports team.
Well, that's why I said North and South Dakota, the Dakota something or other.
Where are you going to put it? There's nobody lives there.
They'll have to if they're willing to move to bumblefuck nowhere, North Dakota for an oil field. They will move to the middle of nowhere, North Dakota / South Dakota for a sport ball team.
God.
The Dakota sport ball team coming soon. So yeah, just overall, we talked at the beginning of this that this is a 2 hour and 40-some minute movie.
But it cooks.
It moved fast. I did not feel like this was an almost 3 hour movie, which I was glad for.
Right, and I think part of that is the fact that, oh God, there's so much happening at once, my mind is numb. Yeah. It can't take any more input. This time is nothing.
No, it's just guys being guys, football being football, parties, cocaine, hookers, tits, dicks. There's penises in this movie.
Lots of them.
Lots of penises. There's alligators being let loose in the shower room.
Chaos everywhere.
Chaos. Cats and dogs living together. Yeah, I thought the acting was compelling. Like, Cameron Diaz was actually really good in this movie, I thought.
Yeah.
Who knew?
She was really good. I thought, well, I'll say this. Reading more of the trivia stuff, apparently there was a few people who had to turn down this role.
Okay.
Sean Puff Daddy P. Diddy Combs was actually cast as Willie Beeman.
Interesting.
Yes, he had to turn it down. He was cast, but he had to give it back because of scheduling conflicts with his recording career. Because, of course, in 1999, he was some hot shit.
He really was.
He really was. Clint Eastwood was apparently approached to play the coach, but he wanted to direct, and the studio wouldn't let him. So, yeah.
And I mean, that maybe could have worked. I feel like it would have been less frenetic.
Yeah.
But he's also, and 20 years ago, he wasn't quite the old grumbly Clint Eastwood, but this wasn't too long before $1 Million Baby, and he was pretty old and grumbly in that already.
He played that up, but still, yeah, he was very much that guy.
And I know that's the character. He's very old school, old and grumbly. I thought Pacino was good, but he's being Pacino.
Yeah.
They just said, do your Pacino thing.
Well, and they said Pacino was like glad to do this role because it was something different. It's not just a fucking gangster or cop movie.
No.
That he was just being cast in for everything back in these days.
Absolutely. I remember in high school, it was like every other movie, he played a cop.
Yeah.
A detective.
Or a gangster.
Something to that effect, yes.
Yeah.
So yes, I appreciate it for that because it is different. He's still just being Al Pacino, though.
He is, of course.
There's not a lot of nuance to his skill at this point in his career.
Yeah. Apparently Chris Tucker was approached to play Willie Beeman and turned it down. Cuba Gooding Jr. met with Oliver Stone about playing it, but he turned it down because he just played a football player in another movie.
He was excellent in Jerry Maguire.
And that was in
Let it
1996.
lie. Move on. We
Yeah.
don't need you to be playing the same role again.
He won an Oscar for that damn role, so.
I read something random today, random segue about Cuba Gooding Jr. His son is one of the actors in Booksmart.
Okay.
He is the kid Beanie Feldstein is like flirting with the kind of blondish hair, who then hooks up with the girl in the pool at the party. He's like the dumb jock kid.
Yeah. But he's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. Random segue, fun fact for you. Yeah. I just read that today, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the guys who are not professional actors, they were pretty good in this movie as actors. James Woods was really good. Matthew Modine was really good. Aaron Eckhart's always solid. Yeah. The acting throughout.
Yeah.
Good. Dennis Quaid. Good. Lauren Holly. I believed her as a heinous wife.
Yeah, I think there's a great movie here if it isn't surrounded by all this other shit.
If you got a recut of this movie, if somebody went and just pull it back a little bit, this movie goes from good to great.
It could.
It has the bones. I was interested in it. Mm-hmm. I think, it moved along. Was there stuff that could have been cut? Maybe, but I would say there was very little that you could just completely do without. There was a point to most of it.
There's so much filler, though. We pointed it out during the watching of it. How many scenes are there of like just cheerleaders?
Yeah.
Just gratuitous shots of cheerleaders. There was a volleyball scene outside in Miami for no reason.
Why are we here? What was the point of that scene?
There is like beach football happening. Why is that there? Why are they going to this party? Just to show you what these guys are doing?
I know what
NFL players do.
Yeah.
But they didn't actually get into any of it.
Tighten it up.
Yeah.
And don't edit random thunderstorms in the middle and pictures of Vince Lombardi and cheerleaders and mascots.
And Ben-Hur.
If there was more restraint in this movie could have been a great movie.
Yeah.
But the most I'm willing to go is this is a good movie.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think I agree that there needed to be a different editor.
Yeah.
100%. Because I just don't know what they were trying to do other than be very, very literal about what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
You don't need that much. Subtext is very important.
Yeah. You don't need a metaphor to be shown. Like,
No.
I get it. It's a metaphor.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just too much. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about this. Any other thoughts, Bessie?
Nah.
All right, let's get into one email here and we'll close this one out from Stephanie about Eternals. An old one. Hey, Disney finally put this online.
It's true.
Disney Plus. It is now available. Not sponsored by Disney Plus.
If only.
Oh, that'd be great. I totally agree with Betsy about this maybe needing to be a Disney Plus show. It was long, slow, side characters were super underutilized, and I would have loved to see it all fleshed out more. Yeah. Like, I wanted to get more, but you couldn't do that in a 2-hour movie.
You're either getting a 6-hour epic.
There are too many characters.
Right. It's a whole team of people. The only reason it worked with Avengers is they each got their own movie.
Yeah, you got establishing movies, not just establishing just side stories.
But that was 2 hours minimum to set up a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And then you brought them together. And that's why it worked.
Yes. Going on. That being said, I didn't dislike it at all and would like to see it again. There were just so many characters that could have been great, but I just don't feel like I know them. I love Camille Nanjiani. The cast was great. The relationships were compelling. There were some beautiful scenes. I'm very interested in the lore and will gladly watch more. Yeah, I didn't hate it.
No.
I wanted to see more, but you couldn't in a movie like that. And moving on here, I also have been watching some random movies on Hulu. The movie Together is about a small family during COVID quarantine. Too soon, but really good. And I'm really curious that, there might be some really, really good movies that come out of this thing. But yeah, we're way too far into it because what you put out about what happened in 2020 is still happening in 2021 and 2022.
Yay!
Not that it's a shared trauma or anything like that, but it's gonna change. Like what that movie was about 2020 is not going to be anywhere near what we're feeling now, or even
a direct translation,
or even in a year from now. Yeah. Next, Sunlit Night is about a struggling artist going to Norway. Great cast, Jenny Slate and Zach Galifianakis, but kind of slow.
That's a different sort of casting.
Uh-huh.
I'm intrigued at
least. I like those two people. I haven't really seen anything from Galifianakis lately.
Not really. He's kind of been doing his TV show, and that's sort of been wrapping up, I think, or has wrapped up.
Probably. I can't imagine a lot of people are watching it, but whatever. We don't watch TV. The Right One is not really a rom-com as advertised, but more of a weird movie about a guy dealing with some stuff, and his new friend trying to help him. It's okay. All right. From Superfan Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. So yeah, that's it for this one. Betsy, thank you very much for joining me this time and all the times.
Thank you, Trent.
If you want to reach out to us and tell us about what your favorite sports movie is, because there's a lot of them. I don't watch a lot of sports movies, even though I wouldn't call myself a sports fan. I'm a football fan, but I don't go out of my way to watch them.
Oh, we could easily have a marathon of just sports movies neither of us have watched.
Oh, yeah.
There's a sports movie for most sports.
Yes.
There's a 5-hour epic from Bollywood about cricket.
I believe it.
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I know it exists.
Cricket is very popular.
Yes. Outside of America.
Have you heard of this thing called football?
Football?
Football.
You mean soccer, Trent?
Umlaut.
I think you mean soccer.
Yes.
But fine. Yes, there's lots of sport movies. Tell us which one your favorite is.
Yeah. Reach out to us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter to see all of our funny tweets, because tweets are funny sometimes.
Sometimes.
neverseenit_pod. And if you want, you can support the podcast by clicking the link in the podcast description to throw us $1 or $5 or however many bucks you want to send us. But if you don't want to send us any bucks, that's cool. Just share this episode with your friends, share the podcast with your friends, pick out an episode that you liked or hated. I don't care.
Or a movie that you liked or hated.
Or whatever, yeah. Just share it with your friends, put it on your... Betsy pointed out to me that people don't say walls anymore. Don't put it on your wall.
Your Facebook
wall. Apparently people don't say that anymore.
I apparently.
I don't actually know. I don't really do the Facebook anymore. No.
But share it.
Share it with everybody and be cool. Because you're cool, right?
I'm cool.
I'm not cool.
You're cool.
I'm not cool.
Okay.
No, I'm just not.
You're Trent.
Yes, that's me. Anyway, that's the end of the show. My name's Trent.
My name is Betsy.
And we'll catch you next time on Never Seen It.
Thanks, guys.